Be watching a Tier 2 game between Pizza Planet Deep Dish and Beast Edition. I am joined by Crypto. I guess I should say that I'm Gravity.
I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday evening. It's been a long week, but it's over now, and we get to enjoy some high-quality gameplay coming out of these two teams.
Initiating match.
Oh,
do.
I'm gonna do a pause check there. Mouse.
Ready for battle.
Hey, look.
It exists, just not on the button I thought it was.
I think somebody moved it because they thought they would click it right.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so we are seeing pulled pork with a Farah of McCree, and then Moira Mercy coming out of the side of Pizza Planet, and then pulled pork Hack Fist with a Lucio Moira. This is quite the painful matchup.
4, 3,
I'll be interested.
1. Round 1.
Ooh, we're seeing the Torb swap. Good for annoying the Sombra.
Definitely. Got the early damage boosted rockets coming in here on main. See Pizza Planet getting to the point a little bit slower. Ooh, nice hook onto the Torbjorn, but Gubbins alone back here in the back line. The team peels for him and immediately deletes the Roadhog for Beast Edition. Now Ragnarok able to find Villain with a lot of help from their Moira, Super Ninja. Now Pizza Planet looking to get in here on this point and start claiming some percentage to their team.
That was really a remarkably clean first clip. Kind of as expected, Sombra Doom pretty hard to get value out of versus Torb, and obviously the Farah is just running free as long as she maintains LOS of the Sombra hack. So this is, I'll be interested to see what Beast Edition's comeback attempt here is, but they seem to be sticking with it. Oh, actually swapping Sombra to Ashe. I think that's a strong option.
Yeah, that'll help a lot with these Farah issues they're having thus far. Now we just have a bit of a poke war. Nice halt coming through. The hook finds the Orisa, but the Orisa fortified. But Super Ninja able to drop in behind them and get a nice barrage off onto the tank line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only blood coming out of Pizza Planet thus far is AJ killing the turret. Not a great look for Beast Edition coming in.
Beast Edition seem to be getting very split up, and Pizza Planet's doing a very good job on executing on these small teams that overstep just a little bit. Super Ninja does get a pick up to their counter, but Neo able to get the pick up the Super Ninja in return. Supercharger getting invested from Pizza Planet here, but Coalescence being used aggressively from Villain. Just utilities falling so far, the turret and the Supercharger.
If Beast Edition loses tempo in this fight, I think they're going to have a difficult time retaking it.
Molten Core going to cut Gubbins and Neo off the point. Both of them extremely low. Gubbins finally falling, and they push Neo, realizing they were only at about 1 HP. Nice boop on the ranch. Is that going to be enough to turn this fight around? The Beast Edition's down a lot of bodies right now. Ashe not able to quite stall out for time. The turret from Muffin doing a lot of work. So that's going to be Pizza Planet taking round 1 really clean.
Yeah, that was very clean. I want to give props to Super Ninja and Ranch for a pretty clean halt barrage there early on.
Yeah.
Setting that up, that's a little unusual to see. It's refreshing. But I'm a little concerned. I think in both of those last two fights, which were very long, AJ was on the flank by himself, basically 1v1ing the Torb turret, while his team was fighting elsewhere. which is alright, except the turret wouldn't have been shooting at anybody, so it actually was kind of like fighting a 5v6
Right.
with both the turret and AJ out. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out again here, with both sides running the torch.
Beast Edition having the Lucio able to get to the point just a little bit quicker, but seems like just a little bit of staggering on their part. Gonna allow Pizza Planet to really take control of the objective first here. Well, not take control, but definitely claim space on said objective.
With Nerdy going off the map and now Griffin going off the map, both seemingly of their own accord, I think this is probably a lost fight for Beast Edition.
Very interesting. Super Ninja, you're just getting a lot of cleanup now. Alex deciding to join in on the fun, getting a pick on the counter support.
I think we're going to see a very similar round to the last one. We're seeing a big ultimate economy advantage coming out of Pizza Planet already.
That would be the new controls bugging me. I need to change the pause button after this game.
That's fair. I would like to see, well, I suppose it doesn't matter. I would have liked to see Pizza Planet engage a little harder with Nicole there.
Nice shatter coming in from Psycho Mantis, shutting down any aggression this team wanted to use. They did just nano Nerdy Buttercat. Nerdy is trying to get an aggro on Psycho. They've got it pretty low. Shatter coming in through, but it's not going to find anything. Great block from Psycho Mantis here. Nerdy does get a Fire Strike kill on the Muffin Pirate, though. And Nerdy's going to take Mercy off the map with them, too. You lose your main take here, but has Nerdy done enough damage so far to swing this fight in favor of Beast Edition? These tanks, though, from the side of Pizza Planet and the help of a Ragnarok Alex and the Moira, able to stay for a long time. They're buying this team a lot more percentage than they probably should have gotten. Super Ninja showing up on the Reaper. They'll be able to build up to their ultimate a little bit here, which they were pretty close to. Now at 95%, Len now on point with the Torbjorn. Just buying time here, getting a lot of percentage that they likely shouldn't have had.
That was an insane time buy, and Gubbins used his ult as well, which I think was probably a pretty questionable play, going 5v2 at the time. But given how long the stall is happening...
Oh, really good sleep on the ranch here. However, they are Wrecking Ball, so they're going to be able to get out of this pretty safely, roll into the Mega, and come back out here and start causing havoc again. Super Ninja just kind of walked up onto Griffin. Griffin had no help there. And now Super Ninja's going to start overwhelming Nerdy. But it doesn't matter because of the backline against his own team. The counter Reaper doing so much work. Just cutting Pizza Planet down over and over again. Super Ninja finally finding a pick onto Villain, but Neo gets them too. Neo on this Reaper.
This is a ridiculous battle of the edgelords right now, Chris. Just back and forth. You kill one, I kill one. We are seeing a swap come out. Griffin moving over to the Echo and Muffin onto the McCree.
That's going to make it really hard for Pizza Planet to push in here, but Muffin Pirate able to find a couple of picks that are super crucial for this team, and now Psycho Mantis with another great shatter! And now the Blossom to follow it up. Just like that, now all of a sudden Beast Edition only has 15 seconds to move back in and maybe take this point back.
Pizza Planet did use quite a lot of ults, I'm going to say.
Griffin trying to fly into the point, but Super Ninja shuts him down before they can get there. Now Neo on the Doomfist makes it to the point, able to buy them overtime, but now ultimates are being used here from Beast Edition. Is it going to be enough? Nice shatter from Nerdy, able to knock down most members of Pizza Planet. The picks are starting to roll through. Psycho, though, able to find a pick onto Gubbins. Ouch, is an all-out brawl here on the point. This is Doomfist. The picks are going back in favor. Muffin Pirates showing back up. They're not ready to lose this fight just yet. Between Psycho Mantis and Muffin, it looks like this is going to start going back into favor of Pizza Planet irreversibly. If they can't get these stall cleanups though, but they do, finally. The Wrecking Ball accidentally slid off point there and they lost their Echo.
I'm looking forward to seeing what I predict will be play of the game, which was Nerdy's Shatter. Oh, but it's not. Interesting. My boy Gubbins rushing space. I dig it. Not bad. Maybe not what I would have expected. I felt like we had several large plays.
Epic. Running
But
post-mission
clean.
diagnostics.
All the same.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of swaps are we going to see come out from these teams? I agree, Becca. Solid best. Oh, so to anybody who wasn't here at the beginning, welcome. We're putting on Showcase Pizza Planet Deep Dish versus Beast Edition. Currently the score is Pizza Planet Deep Dish up 1-0 with very clean performance on Ilios Well, and then a much more back and forth fight on, Well, and then Lighthouse. Excited to see where we go from here. I was a little worried that it could be one-sided based on that first map, but seeing the second one play out significantly more back and forth, I think, has reinvigorated my excitement for this.
I would agree.
Well, what, Miss Dragon? Well then.
Awesomely has chat bug.
Awesomely has chat bug. We share a brain cell. What kind of whale, Tina? An orca whale, a killer whale, a great white whale. Good choice. Having chat bug could not be me. Ever.
Everybody here having chat bug. What's so great about it?
Tell me, chat, who do you think is favored to win this match? And who are you rooting for? I know those can be two very different things, unfortunately.
I got you, Dark Train. Don't worry about it.
Just
And
ban him
DCO.
real quick, like... You type a lot of things, Maggie. It doesn't mean they come out right. We have
Beast Edition's ready. Did we get ready?
Indeed.
No, we did not.
You're not a disgrace. Rooting for Pizza Planet Mecca, alright? That's the kind of analysis that I'm digging, Dark Train. I mean, you could always go for some pizza. Or Toy Story, you know, kind of either way. Maggie has Beast Edition. So we've got 2 hopes for Beast Edition. 1 hope for Pizza Planet. And a mixed bag of predictions. Be ready, Pizza Planet. More like Please a Planet. And we're good to go. Traveling to Numbani.
Traveling to Numbani.
Oh boy. I feel like Numbani plays differently than... At least first point Numbani plays so differently from so many points in the game with just very powerful high ground positions.
Yeah, I
suspect the... Go ahead.
I was gonna say that this, like, Numbani's just a really different hybrid map. I feel like it always takes me a couple of seconds to register that this map is, hybrid.
Ready for battle.
Well, that's because first point is such a pain in the butt to actually take. Or it's just insta-capped. So we're seeing more pulled pork come out. On the defense, we're seeing the Torb again, and we're seeing an Ash. Both are strong picks. Then we're seeing a Moira, and I suspect we see interesting as Zenyatta come out on the defensive side. I mean, if you are set up on the high ground in the back, you're pretty defensible. I can get behind that. This comp just doesn't have a lot of peel otherwise, but we'll see. And then on the attack, we're seeing Omega spam comp.
Attackers incoming.
Drowsy
Scores
scores.
1-0. Oh, same brain cell.
Yep.
1-0 Pizza Planet. Drowsy, sorry.
Establishing defense point.
Looks like Beast Edition wants to try this high ground rotation here. Nice hook onto the Orisa already, though. Some help from the Discord. Gonna be able to take down awesomely immediately. That should all but shut the push down.
Psycho managing to stay alive over there on the other high ground by himself is really, like, he was able to get a ridiculous amount of value. I really would have liked to see Gubbins try and pull him in and just insta-delete him with the 5-man spam. But such is the way of things. We'll see what next attack brings.
It looks like we're gonna opt for the slow ground push. This puts, I think, Psycho in a dangerous spot here. They get the hook though on the Griffin, immediately deleting Griffin from this fight.
Gubbins knows what's about to happen. Yes, correct.
Oh wow, the hook kill too.
Psycho with the big punish.
Absolutely.
But Super Ninja overextended in the flanking into the flanking Junkrat.
Beast still only the tanks from the side of Pizza Planet are pushing into this room. Finally, Psycho Mantis gets punished for that.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see just hard engage on Psycho on this high ground, but maybe it's going to work out for them.
Window gets used here. Is it going to be enough? Ranch just gets deleted here. Molten Core being thrown in though, trying to save this point for them. Able to find the Baptiste, and Super Ninja gets awesomely. Should they get back to the point here? This Riptide is being used, I think, just to scare Pizza Planet a little bit here. Able to find Super Ninja off the high ground. Alex? Okay. Alex is going to use Trance here, though, to keep Psycho Mantis alive. Pizza Planet wants to take this fight again. Supercharger gets invested. However, Whole Hog from Gubbins trying to shove Pizza Planet off point, but they get discorded, and the Fortify from Ranch isn't going to be knocked off the point so easily. And now it looks like Pizza Planet's going to come back in, and at the final percent be able to bring this back.
That was a brilliant recontest coming out of Pizza Planet there.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was talking about how I was a little worried about the Zenyatta, but Rag stayed high ground through all of those fights and was just pushing damage in on the low ground. Basically undefeated in it. You know, at the last second, popped out with ult and controlled the space and kept Psycho alive.
Already Griffin applying a little bit of pressure to the point, reminding Pizza Planet that they can't afford to get off of it for very long. However, you have Psycho Mantis up on this high ground again, looking for a pick. Griffin, though, dives into the team. Gonna get the Discord and immediately picked off, but the damage is already being done between the Supercharger.
30 seconds remaining.
At this point, I think if you're Pizza Planet, you're just trying to buy as much time as possible. Psycho Mantis getting another hook, but not finding the instant kill to follow through with it either. And that will be Beast Edition taking point A on the money so far.
B just getting huge value out of that supercharger. Really let them get that point for relatively little in terms of ult economy for that push.
Right.
We do see the swap to Sigma come out of Pizza Planet now.
I just noticed Shinigami's back here in the very far back line of Beast Edition on Reaper. Gonna use Phase, but they're gonna get chased down here. I don't know if they're gonna be able to make it out. Oh, they do. Pizza Planet just showed back up to this corner. And Super Ninja actually able to find to pick up a Griffin. Supercharger being used, looking to go on ahead and just win this fight here and stop the card on this corner. They're shoving the tanks back. They got rid of the shield from awesomely. Riptide gets shut down impressively.
I gotta say, Shinigami's play there really living up to the team name. He was deep in the back of that fight.
Killswitch finding Super Ninja, but Super Ninja finds Killswitch from beyond the grave.
Seems like a very wishful ult coming out of Gubbins here. I'm really not sure how I feel it.
And now Shinigami again, way back here in the back line, finding both the Ana and the Junkrat with Death Blossom. He's gonna go ahead and fade back to safety.
I do feel like with this high ground not really in play anymore, the Sigma becomes a much more appealing play, and I'm glad to see that Beast Edition swap strategies to kind of reflect that.
Griffin's getting really, really aggressive here. It appears they want to use the Death Blossom, but Transcendence really well timed from Alex, able to shut down the Death Blossom, and Rich shuts him down fully. Now this Gravitic Flux finding 3 members and gonna kill awesomely.
30 seconds remaining.
We did see Pizza Planet use quite a lot of ultimates there, using 3 in that fight, but at the same time, all of the swaps coming out from Beast Edition really suggest the ult economy fight going in here is going to be pretty clean, and I fear for what happens.
Awesomely
when
charges
Ranch
in,
drops
but
the
Ranch uses Fortify here, completely shuts it down. Beast Edition here in danger of not being able to touch, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Only going to push to about the corner of the bus on B.
That Rhine charge, that last one I felt the desperation. Like, as a Rhine player myself, we've all made that.
Yeah.
There is no. The win here is they forget to click Fortify, or somebody gets in front of the Orisa and I squish. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
don't think there is an option.
That was one of those, if I get a pick here, it could turn this whole fight around, but if I don't see it going anywhere, charges.
Indeed. Yeah, Tanksy, it depends a lot on the casting duo, and doing play-by-play as well as observing at the same time is pretty difficult. We weren't planning on doing that tonight. We were going to have a separate observer. So we're making do with what we can.
So we're looking at a very hard commit to a brawl comp here from Pizza Planet with the Rhine Zarya, Reaper May, Moira Brigitte. Meanwhile, we're seeing the full commit to the double shield now from Beast Edition with the Orisa, Sigma, Junkrat, McCree, Ana, Mercy.
I gotta say, the positioning coming out of Beast Edition here is frankly terrible. Parking your Ana on the low ground here is, if they catch wind of that, it's over. Like, it's simply, if they had gone down main and hooked right, game.
Nice halt though. And a nice anti coming through, but a freeze onto Gubbins. Red and Kitty though coming in with the res. Griffin's now frozen, courtesy of Super Ninja. Have a fight breaking out here on point. Just gonna be Beast
I like
Edition.
the idea with, yeah, I like the idea of the Mace stall there for ult charge, but depending on how long he lasted, I'm a little worried that it was more of a self-stagger than was probably worth. But we'll see. Again, engaging wide.
Shinigami in a lot of trouble there for a second. Got caught out by a concussion mine, threw them further into enemy territory than they initially had planned on going. Able to use the good old Wraith form to get out though. It looks like the double shield is a little more committed to holding on that far side of high ground now. But this brawl comp is going to force him straight down the point. Awesomely already forced to use Fortify, and Rich perfectly timed the cancellation of Fortify. And now the Riptide is going to find Alex off the high ground. Shatter comes through but doesn't find anything. Coalescence being used here aggressively to try and get rid of this Junkrat. He's going to find the kill.
It's interesting. I felt like Beast Edition had significantly stronger positioning that round, but it didn't really matter because the attack plan coming out of Pizza Planet just was very decisive. They rotated wide, put tanks on point to pull down tanks off the high ground, and then actually flanked their DPS and their grid up around to push the rest of the DPS off.
Blizzard being tossed in here, is they're going to be able to find anything. It looks like Orisa doesn't have Fortify. It's going to find both of the tanks. If both of those fall early, it might just be an easy push, but not able to kill off Gubbins, and Gubbins is going to get a pick on the Ragnarok Alex. Gubbins gets nanoed. Still seems like the Pizza Planet has the ability to push Beast Edition back so far. They're missing their Orisa, which is their key piece for holding space with this composition. And they're just forcing Beast Edition off the cart. The grab is going to keep them away from it.
The Orisa getting caught there was very unfortunate. They just lost all ability to do any meaningful space control. Especially up against that Maycom. Just, everything falls apart. Ooh, I like the animation cancel on the shield with the Meagly. That's some tech. I see you, Ranch. Also, I gotta give big ups. I love the name Ranch Depression. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a little more well than it was Lighthouse to reference back to the previous.
Yeah. Beast Edition definitely showing some glimmers of hope here for their team. They're having some decent team fights.
It seems to me like they are getting good value out of their ults, but are struggling to get a lot out of non-ult fights, neutral fights, and they're just sort of losing them to Pizza Planet, which is a rough spot to be, you know.
It's hard to win a neutral team fight against Pizza Planet when you have Psycho Mantis just hooking your squishies away from your team and deleting them immediately.
That's true. Like, Psycho was playing the Harblue special, the Numbani right hold, and he got away with it just like Harb usually does, but I don't understand necessarily how. I understand, you know, in quick play, or not quick play, in ladder play, but I would have loved to see just roll them over.
Mm-hmm.
But, alas. I'm not a Mercy player, chat, but I am a big fan of Mercies, and Mercy players both. Oh, Seth, welcome to the chat, my guy. That is a very warm take, Dark Train. Unless you mean literally, in which case, I mean, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Capital D : indeed, Tina. Good news for you, Diva Main 37. They are up 2-0 right now. I am generally interested at how much double shield we've been seeing come out of both of these teams.
Yeah.
It really is going both ways, generally speaking. With both teams playing, but also playing different variations. We're seeing Beast Edition move on to that Sigma Rhine a little bit more, but we're seeing the more traditional Orisa Sigma come out of Pizza Planet. No Rhine Orisa that I can think of so far, though.
It's a
Probably
shame. The
not a
Rhino
new
Rissa is so
design.
much fun to watch and definitely fun to play.
I quite like the Rhino Orisa when you get the Baptiste in there, because I'm just a sucker for the big hook 'em and cook 'em plays. I mean, everything is kind of meta, Seth. It very much depends on the level of play you're looking at. Dive is incredibly strong right now. I mean, you could ask Uravity here, and he would say he has more fun playing Orisa than he does Sigma.
I would also say that I have more fun playing Orisa than most tanks in the game right now. Which is a unpopular opinion from what I hear. A lot of people find her boring.
I mean, like I said, Seth, Uravity would play the Orisa in a Rhine Orisa comp for Corgis probably. So And
I mean, I did play the
that's
Orisa
who
and a
he would
Rhino
pick.
Orisa comp for the Corgis last season. Midway through the
I
season,
know.
we were running the Rhino Orisa comp.
I like that answer, CM Punk. Diva's a solid choice. Now, Dark Train, I'm curious. Are you happy that Diva isn't meta because she just bullies DPS? Because that's a very valid take. Oh, they're all terrified that you like Orisa. That's true, Dark Train. I enjoyed the double shield era actually because it wasn't Diva. Um, could we get some Zarya actual meta, like at the highest level of play, please?
Hello, Becca.
I'm biased. I would like to see Zarya play in general. I would specifically like to see my boy Spree on the Outlaws come back and play. I mean, Zarya Winston's getting played a ton in China right now, Seth.
Alright, we got ready for both teams.
Well, not China
Wait, why did the
anymore,
map not
but-
change? Did I forget to turn Numbani off?
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, I did. There we go.
I'm not kidding, Seth. It is actually relatively common right now in the Far East Overwatch,
Now entering the temple.
both at the Overwatch League level and at the contenders level.
Initiating match.
That's pretty. I mean, conceptually, that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
The Winston Zarya is a very intimidating composition to have to deal with. Because you have the invincible monkey on you for just a moment, then between Monkey's own bubble, which is already annoying if the bubble's placed properly in the middle of the jump, and then you also have the Zarya bubble, the monkey just becomes really, really, really difficult to kill before the rest of the team swarms in on you.
Indeed. Do you remember Doomfist main tank comp, Seth? That they ran in the middle or late goats, where they ran Doomfist as main tank with a Zarya. That was hilarious. It was just like pack, Zarya bubble, Doom, pray.
I see somebody saying that they love Anubis in chat, and I love them now.
I like Anubis because you used to be able to play Junkrat.
That is true.
Paris, on the other hand,
5, 4, 3.
Paris point right door.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, nice. Fun little pharmacy coming out here from the side of Pizza Planet. I changed everything. Now I don't remember which team is which.
Oh, you must be way behind, Seth, because I talked about that to me like quite a long time. Okay, so we're actually seeing a very traditional double shield.
Pizza Planet finally just skipping past the tanks up on the side ground, trying to go ahead and pressure the point. But it looks like Beast Edition was kind of ready for that, and they sandwiched Pizza Planet together. The people who were playing backwards on point immediately fell way into that room in the back of point, while the tanks turned around and flanked the team that was trying to kill those people who were in that back.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving the greed of the support line coming out of Beast Edition. Again, you have the opportunity for really defensible positions coming out for your Ana / Zen, and they're kind of abusing it. I would like to see Ana probably up on either high ground, left or right here, not in that back room, because she's gonna get isolated, but conceptually, I like it.
They're coming out here. Not gonna find. Oh, never mind. It does get a DMAC on the system error. Psycho Mantis on Doomfist. Are they gonna be able to get the pick on the villain? Looks like they're gonna be able to get away. At least for now. But now Psycho Mantis gets isolated in the room. We've been able to find the finishing blow onto them, but Shinigami up on the side ground now, gonna get the pick on the kill switch. Now they have been joined by their Mercy and the Wrecking Ball. Mine's going out on on point. And Window being invested here for the supports in this back room area. And now Gubbin's coming out here, getting a 2-man Gravitic Flux, gonna go ahead and kill the Mercy out of it. Systemair only a sliver of health left on that mecha, but there's a chance Pizza Planet could swing this still because of the respawn advantage.
So I want to do a big
Just some error about to get the kill on the AJ back here if they're not careful.
I gotta give big props to Gubbins in that last fight. He actually rocked Shinigami out of air, and it really disrupted their attack plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it hard shut it down.
Well, Ranch able to get an early pick on the Griffin here, and that's big. Griffin had Deadeye, which is probably going to be a major tool for them. And Ragnarok Alex able to use the Coalescence aggressively, going to delete Gubbins from this fight. And Shinigami dropping in above this back room area. AJ tries to sleep them, but unfortunately the barrage expired and Shinigami fell. AJ's going to get the kill onto them though. Is this going to be contestable
No,
for Pizza Planet? It doesn't look like it.
Okay, we have the Genji folks coming out on the sides of Pizza Planet. An Anubis Classic, to be sure. I'll be interested to see how they run it. I'm a little bit questioning the Lucio on the side of Anime.
Killswitch using Riptire here, gonna find a pick on the Alex early. It's gonna be really helpful. That's the bulk healing of this team missing now. And Len falling dangerously low. The tanks are both down now. System error is just a tick away from losing their baby diva.
I will say Killswitch is putting in a lot of work here on this junction. Just so much disruption and like, annoyance coming out.
Nice pulse bomb stick on the Nerdy there. Almost able to collect Gubbins. But Immortality Field gets used here. Is the bomb going to find anything? There isn't a shield available. It was actually. Nerdy Buttercat places it at the very last possible second, but the picks are starting to come through. Pizza Planet just gets really aggressive here. That's the power of this like hyper dive comp, you know?
We're talking about letting people tank. Let Jill tank. I think that's the effective.
Oh! Dragon Blade gets used here, but it looks like it's going to be rendered useless into this room. Riptire gets popped. Is it going to find anything? At this point, it's going to be a stagger pick. If it does, and it does, it gets Len outside of the temple.
Not collecting even a tick out of that.
That is crazy.
I think the word is tragic. A truly inspirational retake of the YouTube would be perfectly honest. We're seeing the Bastion setup, which is you love to see it, but you hate to see it, depending on if you're watching or playing.
This Bastion setup here is quite interesting. Looks like that's going to be their answer to this dive comp, is just dealing so much damage that the dive can't exist anymore. Dive isn't a comp that really specializes in burst damage, despite them running an Echo and a Junkrat. your Winston, as they try to dive in on this objective, is going to get deleted.
Yeah, Winston versus Bastion is possibly the worst matchup, like, ever in the game.
Yeah.
At all.
But you do see the Winston actually swap, though. Ranch goes to Wrecking Ball. And Kill Switch with an early pick on the Psycho Mantis, so that's a lot of damage gone for Pizza Planet. And Ranch getting deleted, too, with a lot of abilities being used from Villain. So
obviously, this map's not over yet, but this felt like a very different... I mean, in some ways, a very different Pizza Planet and a different Beast Edition.
Yeah.
But, like, Pizza Planet was significantly less well put together, for lack of a, you know, a better phrasing. And on the flip side, I felt like, Beast Edition kind of felt some of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. I think it was a lot of Beast Edition did a really good job. Like, I'm seeing them play more as a grouped up unit than I have seen them do on the past two maps, where they tried to play strategically split, and it wasn't really working out because Psycho Mantis was able to get in on the Roadhog and punish them for playing in groups of two. Meanwhile, this game, Pizza Planet playing a lot less grouped up on these sort of chaos comps, as I like to refer to them as, where you just have a whole bunch of heroes who specialize in the ability to move really quickly or wildly, and they all do really well on their own.
Indeed.
And I think that this time, Beast Edition, because they were doing such a good job of playing grouped up, they were able to shut that playstyle down.
So, I'm gonna make a vague prediction on Beast Edition's, like, win condition here, and it's Park Griffin on a high ground, and Bray? I mean, he put up good numbers on the hit scan.
Gubbin's falling dangerously low here, able to get the quick top off that they need. Looks like Pizza Planet, or Beast Edition, sorry, gonna opt for this high ground rotation.
Very aggressive push by Shinigami.
Yeah.
And arguably it pays off. The rotation there completely opens up them to the defending pole.
They need to be careful though. They have a kill switch behind them on Reaper. He's able to get an early pick on the Psycho Mantis.
I mean,
the
honestly,
damage is too much.
I actually honestly agree with what Beast Edition did there, and once people fell off, they all kind of fed in and went for the reset. Unfortunately, I feel like AJ also fed in and got reset, but not intentionally that time. So the good reset was a little fast. But you see a big flank coming over the Reaper, waiting for it to go down.
I was just about to comment on Kill Switch being a very sneaky, edgy boy. Wow! The ultimates come through here with the help of the Supercharger and the Coalescence. Beast Edition not even going to let Pizza Planet have a chance to touch A this time. And they now have just under 5.5 minutes to take a single tick, and Kill Switch with an early pick on the Alex. Quite possibly just broke this fight wide open for them. They also get Len, that's both the supports gone. The instant respawns do come through in favor of Alex, though. So you do have the Baptiste. The Immortality Field's already been used. Griffin in this dark room using Tac Visor, able to get a pick on the system error, and that removes a shield from the fight, allowing Beast Edition to just come in. Oh, wow! That was such a quick fight!
I hadn't even finished moving my camera from first point when the fight for second point started.
Yeah.
You were talking about late deaths, and I was going to be like, well, the instant respawns give them a little bit of time, and then I realized, holy crap, no, he died on point on second point.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked earlier, I said earlier, let Vil tank. That's why they don't tank, because they just kill people one way. It's good.
And with that, though, Beast Edition able to keep their series hopes alive and potentially start the reverse sweep.
Indeed. Get your brooms ready, everybody, but hold them backwards. Because, well, you should have already had your brooms out because it was looking like a sweep. But... oh, boy. Where are we going to next, Mr. Gravity?
Rialto.
Ah, the Italian Riviera. It's beautiful. I'm gonna have some pasta. It's gonna be great. Maybe go for a swim in the canals with all the roadhog we've been seeing played.
Quite possibly.
Oh, lucky Becca.
So it looks like we'll be seeing Psycho Mantis back on the tank line after that.
I didn't want to question that choice too much, but chat kind of brought it up as well. I felt like that was a... I hope it was a plan and not a disrespect strat, because it was certainly surprising to see Psycho move over to the DPS line there. But I'm not gonna lie, CM. I'm kind of leaning towards the same thought, but we'll see. Oh, we are seeing Gubbins come out.
Chat bug.
Oh, chat bug. I was like, dang, I felt like he's been performing quite well. I feel like just as you start the reverse sweep, I hope they have a real pocket strat ready. But
Looks like we'll be seeing another swap out from Pizza Planet. Just waiting on them to get the math together. Beast Edition opting for no swaps here.
I mean, after the last round,
Yeah.
it's currently 2-1 in favor of Pizza Planet, Tanksy. That might be Seth. That might be. Although, wasn't it Psych or wasn't it? Yeah, they played Hammond Dive for a bunch of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here Seth was positing that Psycho wasn't on DPS because he's not great on the dive unless it's on Hammond, but they largely played Hammond's dive.
Mm-hmm.
They swapped to Monkey for like 1.5-ish pushes when they thought they had, I assume, memory's fuzzy, when they wanted to try and quote-unquote counter the Genji pick. No, yes? No, I don't remember. But then when the Bastion came out, he made the correct main tank decision of, heck no, playing something else now.
Yeah. So we're actually seeing Psychomantis come out completely here. Broadband will be taking their place on the tank line.
Oh, interesting.
However, everything else will be staying the same.
Man, this whole going back to work thing, it's really got me on those boomer hours.
Yeah.
I came home and I was getting ready for this, and I was, was gonna take a shower, make dinner, and stuff like that. Turned the shower on, fell asleep while it was warming up. that was how my evening prior to this was going. I'm glad to be here now, but oof, the journey here.
Yeah. Trying to get a hold of a member of Pizza Planet Deep Dish for already.
Did Psycho have to leave entirely, I wonder?
Psycho left the playing roster.
I wonder if he walked away from his PS4 and is making dinner, taking his evening constitutional and just
Currently
it.
Psycho is pinging every single member of the playing roster about 3 times. Trying to get somebody to answer. Okay, Muffin finally responded. We're good.
Welcome to Rialto.
I felt like that was the only proper response. Alright.
I think Rialto may be my least favorite escort map.
Escort map. I pretty much love all of the escort maps that are coming to mind at the moment. I like Rialto, I like Dorado, I love Junkertown.
I could also... I like a lot of them, but I think Rialto and Route 66 might be the only 2 that I dislike. Oh, Havana's also a strong... I've had very mixed games on Havana that leave me feeling, like, confused whenever I see that map pop up.
I personally quite like Havana.
I can really like Havana. Like, Havana's a lot of fun until you, like, one misstep, and then it's just like the entire point is kind of lost.
So we're seeing a Reinhog Pharmacy Moira Reaper comp come out on the attack, and then a Rhine Diva May Ash Mercy Bap on the defense. So going in here, I feel like my first thought is that Pizza Planet are underutilizing this high ground and are probably going to get somewhat punished for it, but they're pushing back through. Up to at the moment, though down a healer.
I'm actually spectating Muffin as we speak, and it looks like not using the high ground is actually giving them all the angles they need to really control this fight. But even despite all the picks that Muffin Pirate's getting here, it looks like Beast Edition are going to keep pushing this cart regardless.
Yeah, I'm really not entirely certain what happened in that devolved fight. I felt like it was pretty cleanly won, but maybe the respawn's just
Muffin is getting all the picks in the world right now.
Bob just went down, and Muffin is already back to 16% ult charge on the next one. Like, they be farming. That's a one fight Bob. That's a seven versus 6 every fight kind of a performance. I like seeing Gubbins swap onto the Sigma here. I feel like he's looked far better on that pick this evening. And it's so much better for stuffing the Ashe, which is obviously just giving them so many problems.
That Blossom gets booped away from Kill Switch. Fortunately though, for Pizza Planet, already able to get the pick on Ragnarok Alex with it. The rest does come through on the Muffin. Muffin was able to get like a 5k in the last fight by themselves, but unfortunately this time Kill Switch is going to immediately peel for Muffin. Take them right back out.
If they get the recontest here, which I think they should, it's going to be very dangerous. But I don't think they're even going to try for it. No, they're not. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but Lynn died pretty late after trying to get the res. I wonder if, well, it's over now.
I don't think Beast Edition was going to let them recontest that, really. They had pushed all the way across the bridge.
That's true. I looked at the ult bank coming out of Pizza Planet, and I had this thought where they had EMP syndrome, where the problem with getting EMP'd in winning fights is it means like eventually you just get 6-man triangle and rolled for a fight or two. But their space control after winning that fight, they're taking all of street space for free.
This is looking like a free B cap here. They did not contest the cart a single time. Unless I seriously misspectated that entire B.
No, I was trying to
Shout
come
it
up
through.
with something.
Perfect timing. Window just went up from Alex. And the charge boops them all out of the immortality field too. That field isn't even going to get any value.
That was... This is just a very... like... This is ridiculous. To me.
Who is this Beast Edition, and what did they do with the one that played in the first 2 maps?
Yeah, these are the guys who got 99-0'd, like, effortlessly on Ilios well, and are now just gonna...
This is it. This is either Pizza Planet gets a good fight in here now, or they're not gonna get one.
Unless they, well, the rest...
Yeah, they're gonna pick up the Griffin, but the timing has to be big. It does find AJ. Getting the pick on the Moira here is big for that team. But Muffin Pirate and Broadband able to get rid of the tank line. Should be enough for them to hold.
Ooh, the ult bank of Beast Edition is very much depleted now. They're looking at potentially a Visor coming up, which is not even that much of an ult, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's an ult that needs a lot of help.
But they are relatively close on the Mercy ult. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not as though Beast Edition has any great amount of ult either.
But Beast Edition, though, able to get this neutral when it looks like you're able to get the pick on the Super Ninja and Alex, and the D-Mac and the full Diva pick. They found half of Pizza Planet, but Pizza Planet doing a spectacular job of still holding space here. As soon as I say that, the Tag Visor and the Valk gets used, and that should be C being captured.
score is 2-1 XK. And so I go
Pizza
back
Planet at the moment.
yeah, Pizza Planet. I go back to my previous comments about Beast Edition not winning neutral fights, and you know, if I had note cards where I was scribbling down notes, I would like, you know, just go ahead and rip that one in half and throw it over my shoulder, because that was, yeah, I don't think in the second half their neutral fight game has been so completely like overhauled.
Ready for battle.
Defense, we're gonna see pretty much what they saw so much success with on the attack. Ryan Sigma, Reaper, Soldier, and then rush down healers.
I think Ryan Sigma's a very underrated tank duo right now.
Then we're seeing pretty old school cart control comp with the Orisa Diva, and then the anti-dive McCree with the Moira, and a pharmacy for upward pressure. We are seeing Anime leave AJ go for the big boop opportunity. I'll be interested to see if he can pull it off. If not, it'll be a shame, because in the meantime his team is dying.
Pirates falling low here, and Buttercut here, she's getting really, really aggro. Super Ninja able to get a pick on the Lucio though. It's gonna cut the healing a little bit. Seems like this is a really long kind of stagger fight now. Just they want to reset it, looks like, but they're not fully committed to letting them have the space anymore.
Yeah, this is a bit of a catastrophe for Beast Edition, in all honesty. I think it's telling that they're not going to have the speed to recontest here, I don't think, unless they just, okay, they're going to go.
They do make it, but the tank line's in jeopardy right now.
AJ's just going to get bullied out by the Pharah, and yeah.
There's the barrage. Super Ninja was able to float over the building, straight behind the enemy team. Now Gubbins is trying to buy time. Coalescence was used there though. Both support ults get used.
This is quite, I mean, in much the same way that the, wow, my brain, shut off, reboot. Beast Edition's attack was an absolute roll. We're seeing, I mean, I think at this pace would actually be an even quicker attack.
So far, yes, it would be. They can, if they move at the same pace of Beast Edition's attack for the rest of the map, they will have a faster attack. But Coalescence, just like I was talking about the support ult, they still had one on line. It's going to keep Beast Edition topped off here and allow them to get aggressive. Ragnarok Alex able to pick off Griffin after they use attack visor, which did a lot of damage. Now Killswitch getting the stagger picks. Nerdy getting quite committed here to getting these finishing picks. Super Ninja with a really late pick on the AJ. You actually still have a couple members of Pizza Planet alive back here. The Orisa got res.
Yeah, Lynn snuck in the back and got the res off. Unfortunately, I think it's probably a self-stagger ultimately, but
I don't know with that pick on the Griffin. If you bide your time just a little bit to wait on your Orisa, you actually might have a... And Alex gets a pick on the villain too. Pizza Planet currently at a numbers advantage.
I expect this ult from
nice rock on the Super
to end it though.
Ooh, Blossom coming through, getting eaten by the DM. Bomb not able to find anything. AJ barely hid from it, but unfortunately, because of the position they put themselves in, Super Ninja was able to get them.
And the cart's rolling hard again. Ding the bell, boys. I agree, Nation. The Killswitch Reaper is his flanking game sense is just really strong. He's at breaking open fights and bringing stuff back. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in that particular case, but in a general sense. That was a relatively expensive team fight take for Pizza Planet.
Barrage coming in from behind again. Griffin, I think it's Sleep did come through. That made the Mercy have to fall to the ground too because they didn't have anything to fly to anymore. Coalescence being invested here might be a smart move. A lot of members on Beast Edition fell quite low in that fight, but the Rock able to come through and shut down Alex's Coalescence.
Gubbin's rocks tonight have been, like, silently very potent.
Thanks for the assist.
DPS for DPS here. Ninja low enough to die to that for just a moment. Gets the healing pocket though. Shadow coming through, only gonna find Len, but they're gonna get the pick. Between Attack Visor and Gubbins, this team fight looks to be over. Super Ninja trying to get a late pick onto Griffin.
I feel like for whatever reason, Super Ninja is having a hard time getting value on this point, and it's really making it difficult for Pizza Planet to really get any push through.
Yeah. You're not having as much like flank pressure. It's letting Killswitch kind of do whatever they want because your Mercy and your Pharah aren't paying attention to what's going on behind them. And as I said, on cue, Killswitch gets a pick on the ranch. Len went for a res, but didn't quite find it.
I'm gonna say at 90% they should probably go ahead and keep Super, but if they don't get big push, I think they have to really strongly consider swapping here. And I think they're preparing for that by going to the Brigitte.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a rocket boost, concussion mine, and then potentially even just like solo ult onto one of the healers. Probably the Ana so you don't get fade baited, but...
Killswitch going behind, finding a pick on the Super Ninja before they even get a chance to use this barrage, but it's fine because Alex uses the Coalescence aggressively, gonna find a couple of picks with it. Pushing into Gubbins, are they gonna be able to get the kill? They're confident enough to use the fade aggressively.
I will say, Supercharger can feel like an ult that doesn't do a lot if you don't, like, catch it. But gosh, Pizza Planet has done just such a fantastic job getting every last bit of value out of it.
Barrage tossed in from a very interesting angle there, allowing him to find AJ, who likely wasn't expecting that. And now it looks like Pizza Planet may be able to get some smooth sailing push here on C. Griffin coming in does get a pick on the Super Ninja, but Len immediately cuts them down right after. Immortality field use on point. Now Killswitch is here on the Reaper. The respawns are starting to come through. This is starting to get dangerous for Pizza Planet. Gravitic Flux coming in. That's going to knock 50% HP off. Muffin Pirate finding a pick on the AJ anyways, and Griffin's going to go ahead and use Attack Visor here with only 37 seconds left.
Oh my goodness.
There. I cannot believe that Beast Edition's helped that.
That was really fantastic stall work out of Alex that bought them just a couple of seconds. Doing the full, like, 270 fade around the cart, juking everybody.
Now the Coalescence is being used. Deadeye used from Muffin doesn't find anything, but they did get a pick on the Griffin right before using it. But the Shadow comes through, finding Brigitte and Diva. The picks aren't coming through though. Super Ninja now actually doing the work, cutting down the support line. It's just like that. I'm trying to highlight like a single play here, and as I'm talking about it, the rest of the team falls. Pizza Planet's done a really good job of, once a pick comes through, the rest of the team just collapses and
they're winning fights that I'm like
shocked they're pulling out at all.
Initiating
After Nerdy Buttercat landed that shatter, I just, you know, I mentally I was kind of done. I'm like, well, that's it. And not only was it not it, Pizza Planet didn't just win that fight. I don't know if they lost anybody off of that shatter.
They
And it
didn't.
was-
The Shatter found two.
like-
It found the Brigitte and the Diva, and neither of those two died.
ready for battle.
I
Feels
think that
bad
the
when
rest
when-
of Beast Edition was too like caught up in like fights that were happening around the Shatter, because I think that was starting to swing Pizza Planet's way before the Shatter came through, and I don't think that those two targets were the reasons why specifically. Not to say that they weren't participating in the team fight, but I think that they weren't the ones that were applying the pressure to the people who died on the side of Beast Editions immediately after that Shatter.
Right on, certainly. Although the Brig got large value out of the rally.
Mm-hmm. But the rally is
As
one of
is-
those things that, like, when you shatter that, the rally continues to provide for the team. Inspire
True.
will continue to provide.
Is AJ gonna go for the Skybox boots again? Yes. Will he feed again?
So we're going to see a pirate
Uh,
ship here from Pizza Planet, and AJ immediately going to feed to the Bastion.
Yes. The answer was yes. He went for the Skybox boot. Yes, he fed. But it's alright, because they have 3 minutes, and these guys don't. But the pirate ship is rolling, and the cannons are firing. Now, I'm curious if he stays on cart or rotates to a high ground here. Looks like he's just going to stay on cart. I really would have liked to have seen probably the high ground swap, but c'est la vie. Trying to push the Junkrat out.
Junkrat's put the Bastion in a dangerous position here where they can't focus on the front line as much.
AJ again going deep. Not punished for it though.
They're just distracting the Bastion, but it doesn't seem to matter because Super Ninja able to make up for when the Bastion isn't helping. And all of a sudden, things looking dangerous now for Beast Edition.
Yeah, they got all of that with just a rally essentially, and there's the dangerous part is going to be Gubbins with this ult coming up very quickly. They don't have a stun or anything, so they're going to have to like get damage on him early and then try and melt, because he's going to pop around this corner and immediately ult is my prediction, especially with Junkrat in the back.
Junkrat doing a lot of damage to Muffin. Actually, they're... Oh, the Gravitic Flux lifted them all off of the cart!
Yep, that was what I was afraid of. They're gonna have to super melt Gubbins, or it's just gonna end with the Gravitic Flux, but it happens.
That is a play, though, that you have to give up some ground to get, because overtime, like, that wick on overtime isn't going to immediately burn out if you do it right at the start of overtime, because the timer will still be really slow, but because they had to regroup for a minute, it allowed the overtime grace period, I guess you could call it,
Ready
to
for battle.
lessen.
They also traded quite a lot of cart time, or well, cart space, I suppose, to let Gubbins have basically a sure thing come out,
Right.
so they could get that. Oh, we're going to see dueling bastions. It looks like the salty run back coming out. I'll be interested. A Reaper in the back. If the Reaper can like breach that backline, there's not a lot to dissuade him. There's no stuns. There's immortality field, but whew. And then hell,
Oh.
we'll see.
Is this actually... Pizza Planet's going to do a very forward hold here. Definitely a dangerous type of hold to go for. Both Bastions fall, but Pizza Planet losing more now. Kill Switch just gets in the back line of Pizza Planet and doing so much damage with these grenades. Almost has a DMAC on the Broadband too. Broadband using those boosters to get out, but the grenades are going to find them all the way from the courtyard.
I really like Pizza Planet's like thought of doing the super hold close, a la classic quad tank slash ghost era. But I
Yeah.
feel like just setting up on the bridge like they did was very uninspired and asking to get destroyed like that. I feel like you have to sacrifice a little bit of space and take a high ground. Because obviously at this point it's lost.
Yeah.
There's no chance of recontesting with the Bastion here. They have no ultimate economy at all. They have very decisively lost not only that first fight, but the baby recontest.
Well, they are going to get all of their team on a good respawn cycle. I think that if you're going to keep this Bastion, it looks like they want to. Or no, sorry, they don't. I glanced up at Beast Edition. They're trying to hold this corner here. They're not going to get that luxury of the Gravitic Flux finisher. And because of how quickly they did it, the Beast Edition still has 2 minutes. That would have been a good halt had it not been for the boat sitting there. Gravitic Flux coming through, going to allow them to just push cart without any contest. And Beast Edition takes
I feel like... Yeah.
takes Rialto and sets the series up at 2-2. We'll be going to map 5.
Reppin'... I choose to believe that Super Ninja is repping my boy Shadowburn from back in the day, because that's why I have a Philic Fusion Parv skin, but, you know, it looks good. And the telescopes are in fact out, Tina, because I'm seeing this reverse sweep right now. Surely we see Psycho come back in for map 5, yeah?
Sorry?
Sure, I said surely we see Psycho Mantis come back in on tank line for map 5, yeah?
Quite possibly. And if I remember correctly, the final map 5, will be on Busan.
I could use some Korean barbecue. I don't know about you. Never had it.
I was gonna say, I've never had it.
I wonder if there's a Korean barbecue place in, like, Cincinnati. I bet there must be, yeah?
Probably. So, Psycho Mantis is coming back in onto the tank line.
Well,
The rest of
let's
the
see
team
if
will
she
be
can
left
come back in.
untouched. So do we see Beast Edition make any swaps, or do they leave things as is?
I feel like Beast Edition have really kind of locked in their roster, and I don't know what you would want to swap. I mean, you could...
Well, it appears that they would like to swap.
Oh.
Looks like we're going to see Neo come in place of Griffin. And Griffin will actually be subbing out Villain on the support line.
Doubly interesting. I feel like
Psycho has chat bug.
we saw really solid play out of Griffin on that soldier, and pretty much all of the hit scans he's played this evening. I'll be interested. Psycho chat bug?
Yep. Also, why am I being singled out for no Korean barbecue? Crypto said that he hadn't had it either. Come on.
I don't know. Wow, this... Just pausing to think for a moment. We went from 99-0ing on Ilios to dominant performances coming out from Beast Edition on the last 2 maps. I go back to Dark Train's previous comment that he's wants Beast Edition, but he predicted a 3-2 to either team, and
Yeah.
he said that after the first 2 maps were dominant.
Yeah.
So he saw the lines, like he knew he had the critical information, or we lacked it. I don't know which.
This chat bug seems to be mighty powerful because this is the third swap for Psycho. There we go.
Leave him in for a little bit longer.
We fixed it. The bug is gone. It has been squashed.
We've got Ready out of Beast Edition.
Just waiting on the ready
Psych.
from Pizza Planet.
Go.
Alright,
We have
from both
the
sides.
R's. Caster ready? Let's get it.
Now traveling to the
Definitely wasn't expecting a map 5. This is, I believe, the second map 5 for Overwatch Oasis tonight. I didn't get to catch the third game because it was still on map 3 when we started this one, but
It's been a busy evening for the Oasis.
it has. We get to start on Sanctuary. The map where I only recently learned that the middle drum makes sound if you punch it.
Correct.
I've been
Yes.
having a lot of fun with that after team fights.
ready.
Kirby, welcome. Alright, chat, there's significantly more of you here now than when I asked earlier. Who's your pick to take map 5 and thus the series?
We're gonna see the Rhine Sigma variant of Double Shield from Beast Edition, as well as Reaper, Torbjorn, and Ana Moira. Very interesting composition coming out from them across the board. And then on the side of Pizza Planet Deep Dish, we're gonna see the Rhine Zarya, Reaper Pharah, Mercy Bat, which is a interesting take on the Brawl composition. Alex
AJ
immediately
Lambert.
gets slept. That'll be a lot of healing missing, and Muffin Pirate's starting to feel it early into this fight. Able to get topped off, but Psycho Mantis getting pressured down here. Super Ninja able to find a pick on the Neo, which is big. That's going to be one of their counters removed from this fight. Killswitch, though, doing what Killswitch has done best all game, getting it an off angle, flanking, and finding a pick.
Feels bad to be Govins. If the fight devolves to the point where you lose your Ryan, the Zarya just converts you directly into ult charge.
Yeah. Killswitch is still trying to get these, like, crazy flank picks on the tank line. Which, if you're Reaper, getting that ult charge is massive.
He's got an interesting tactic he's been running where he's using he's aggressively
Gubbins gets
fading
the pick on
in.
the Super Ninja. That can be rezzed up, and it looks like yes, it's going to be. Window getting
was an
used here. That's gonna
aggressive res.
take Muffin and turn him into
Ooh, Shadow comes through, finding quite a few members of Beast Edition.
I am on fire.
That was a bit of an expensive. Well, yeah, it was double support ult plus a tank ult, but you also
Thanks for the
have
assist.
Gubbins
Grab
swaps.
Barrage coming in, potentially to finish this, and nothing really to stop it outside of a sleep.
Killswitch still hasn't built a Death Blossom, and I don't think they've used one yet.
No, both Reapers are playing very conservatively here.
Yeah, this Grab Barrage though is gonna immediately shut down Beast Edition. Killswitch able to get a pick on the Len and Super Ninja. Still though disadvantage, but Killswitch is gonna go all in here. They want to win this team fight. And Nerdy Buttercat investing the Shatter with the Nano. Beast Edition might be able to turn this fight around. Gubbins slamming Alex off the point, or off the drum on the point. And they're actually gonna take this objective. I was not expecting Beast Edition to get that fight win.
Certainly not. Although I am now more than a little bit worried for Beast Edition. They have ult economy low, shall we say, and then on the other side we have all the time in the world and a pretty healthy dose of inevitability with the grab coming. But that is a really late or early at this point. It's hard to
Starting to
tell.
wonder if you need ult economy when you have the escape artist that is Killswitch just getting a pick on the support line here and there just casually.
He's also somehow farming Super Ninja. I think that's his second
Yeah.
kill. Reaper shouldn't be getting power kills in my opinion, but what do I know?
This is working so well. Gubbins and Killswitch are bouncing off of each other so amazingly. You have Gubbins swinging in and being a distraction while their backs are turned. Killswitch is able to get a lot of damage off, but Super Ninja's gonna say no more shenanigans to Gubbins. And now that's gonna be Pizza Planet's cue to push in while they can. Griffin using the Coalescence aggressively, able to get the pick on the Reinhardt. Trades going back and forth for both teams. However, right now still favoring Pizza Planet because Gubbins still only just now actually rejoining the fight, gonna turn that back into their favor. Gonna use the mines. I'm not sure if that was 100% necessary here. Super Ninja gonna return the favor to Killswitch finally.
I say I really wanted to see Pizza Planet hold ults there, and they did. They're gonna have a 6 ult fight in all likelihood. Probably they'll stagger it out a little bit, so it won't be, you know, full.
They have to be careful with how long they stagger though, because Beast Edition's not too far behind them in this ult eco war. They're almost on 4 ults of their own. Both shadows come through, knocking down all members of each team. However, now the early ult advantage is finally coming through. Killswitch is going to use their Blossom, but gets shut down immediately. All faith was placed in that spin to win strategy, finally going to get shut down. Overtime immediately restarts here. Beast Edition makes it back, but Muffin Pirate wants no part of this overtime lasting any longer. Killswitch isn't going to be able to get the point.
Mercy. Alas, Lynn doesn't get anything out of it. But I instantly heard the pistol sound and I'm like, oh, where's it at?
Ready for battle.
That was probably closer than it should have been on behalf of Pizza Planet.
Yeah.
I feel like they were kind of slow to build that ult advantage and the inevitability. Psycho Mantis in particular, I think only built one grab in a 9 to 99 round of. No, he built 2. Because they grabbed Barrage earlier. That's right. So never mind. But that last grab felt just reaching.
Starting to wonder if this just might be that Pizza Planet feels a lot more comfortable on control maps than Beast Edition does. Super Ninja able to get a pick onto their counter, Neo, but Killswitch finding Alex. The support pick has more value. Both supports for Pizza Planet are gone now. That's immediately just going to lead to the melt of the rest of their team. And even though Pizza Planet got the opening pick here, Nerdy able to reach high enough to pick Super Ninja out of the sky with their the trophy.
This is... Yeah, I was gonna say, on this map, there's not a lot of terrain to play around with Farah, so if they're playing any form of hit scan, it's kind of dangerous. And I like Super Ninja Swap because it also punishes Gubbins a lot. And I feel like Gubbins' pick here is kind of low value, but they're letting him get away with so much that...
Nice counter pin there. It's going to trap Buttercat there. Gubbins trying to get the pick on the Super Ninja, who's alone in their backline, but not going to find it. Pizza Planet just using their positional advantage to slowly pick away at Beast Edition. I'm noticing both of these teams have a tendency to, like, just kill the entire enemy team at once.
Yeah, there's certainly... I don't know how much of it is just, like, really calculated play, but there's not, at this point, a lot of... I guess fights are really long, but the time from, like, first to last kill is not.
Right.
The collapse is very strong.
It comes through. It's not gonna. It's only gonna find Alex, but Alex will fall.
Back into the mix.
Oh, Lynn, you're gonna want that one back, I'm afraid. Oh, get out, leave!
They're gonna be able to get out. Barely, but they do.
This will improve your condition.
That would have been... Using the ult there hurts. I think it was 4v6, or 2v6, or 1v6. But the stagger would have been terrible.
Kill switch gets in behind them, uses Death Blossom, doesn't find anything, but it is going to pressure down the tank line. The good mind placement splits off the tanks from the rest of their team, basically forces them to just die there. Gubbins in trouble though, gets stuck face to face with the Reaper, able to roll out though.
Ooh, that's a real late stagger against a comp with no mercy. But hey,
now Muffin Pirate gonna do exactly what Killswitch did to their team, but Killswitch gonna finish off Muffin Pirate. Unfortunately for Gubbins, they get trapped in the Graviton Surge and Deadeye's for free on them. Ranch did a really good job identifying Nerdy's location there and getting the counter pin.
yeah, that was a sick counter pin.
However, Pizza Planet not looking great in the Ultimate Economy war right now.
They really need to land just the biggest shatter and then farm ults up off of it, I think, to have a long-term shot at this map.
Ranch is currently antied. The Shatter's not going to find anything. And Neo going to find the pick on the Ranch while they're still antied. Now there's no shield to shut down Nerdy's Shatter.
Yeah, it's going the distances of the distance.
It absolutely looks like it's going to at this rate. Len using the Valkyrie to stall for as long as possible. They get overtime, but they're doing a great job. There is so much teamwork happening, and staggering Psycho Mantis off the point. Muffin Pirate manages to make it. And now Killswitch gonna use Blossom in the choke and not even let them touch again. This has been a very interesting series, to say the least.
Absolutely. Really going back both directions.
Ready for battle.
I'm not sure what I want to see Pizza Planet do here. Part of me, like, Muffin has been getting bad value, so I don't necessarily want to do anything there. But yes, I wanted to see a May from somewhere. I wasn't sure if they wanted to run May Kree or May Reaper, but I really...
Well, Muffin's gonna swap to the McCree.
They're gonna double swap, okay? Well, I wanted to see the May. I don't get to see them.
Interestingly though, Muffin was, they opt to keep the Reaper on Pizza Planet, but they're gonna have Muffin swap off of the Reaper. Nice Fire Strike coming in from Ranch, able to build up about 10% of their ultimate.
A large nade out of AJ really opens that up. I think he hit 2 or 3.
Ranch is currently slept right now on the point. There's no shield play happening for Pizza Planet. And Gubbins with a boop on the Alex. That's a lot of healing missing now for Pizza Planet. Can Killswitch make anything happen here? They're now face to face with Super Ninja and the Zarya Psycho Mantis.
It seems like
gonna get first take here.
It seems to me like Beast Edition have these really explosive engagements, especially with Gubbins and Killswitch, but they're struggling to win long sustained fights, which is often in their healer comp. Also, Brawl in a sustained fight just doesn't do a lot.
Neo with an early pick on the Muffin though. That's Neo's counter out of the fight. That'll allow the Doomfist to kind of get free reign here. To which Neo is going to take full advantage of. Super Ninja though able to get a pick on the Nerdy Buttercat. No shield in play any longer for Beast Edition. Rally gets used here from Len. I think the benefit's only going to go to Len as well. And that'll be Beast Edition with a retake here.
Len's support ult usage has been bad. Like, I'm not even going to go questionable. It's been very poor. I'm going to say almost every ult.
Big Slam fighting 5 members. Psycho Mantis immediately deleted from this fight. That's critical. The Reinhardt's not going to be able to get half as aggressive, and here comes the Shatter. They're using a lot of ultimates here from Beast Edition. They use the Nano, the Meteor Strike, and the Shatter.
That was a very expensive ult economy fight.
Especially for a fight that I think that you had already won.
Probably with just the Shatter, yeah. We are seeing a swap come out from Lin onto the bat momentarily.
Pizza Planet going with this bottom orange staircase pathing now. Nice split from Nerdy Buttercat, able to split the tanks off, but unfortunately that means they have to put themselves in between the team, and now this grab with the Coalescence is going to be huge. Killswitch, they're going to shatter Killswitch, just not even give them the chance to get value out of this Death Blossom, which is really smart. However, I think Pizza Planet may have just done the same thing Beast Edition did one fight ago, and that's use their entire ultimate economy in one fight that they had won about 2 ultimates ago.
Indeed, ult economy is really degenerating, and that was something that I played Pizza Planet for earlier in this series.
Super Ninja drops down, gets 2 instant picks with this Death Blossom. If you're Beast Edition, I think you need to get out of this fight as fast as you can so that you can get one full, clean team fight in.
Indeed, although it looks like they're staying in up top, and yes, they're gonna get punished for it.
You have to wait on AJ to respawn. It's painful. I see the DPS moving around onto the right side of the objective, gonna try and get this flank entry. But Gubbins pays with their life here to try and buy some time for those DPS to get this touch. However, Killswitch finds Alex. The trades are just going back and forth over and over and over again. Deadeye is going to go relatively uncontested here. There's not a shield to really do anything about it. However, if Neo stays alive on this Doomfist, this still could go the way of Beast Edition. Coalescence coming out here. Gets stunned though. Neo doing a lot of work trying to keep Beast Edition in this fight. Shatter comes through. It's gonna find Alex. This has just been so back and forth, pick for pick for pick. Super Ninja stuck in a trap right now, but Super Ninja could turn this fight around. Gubbins gets the Nano, able to finish off their counter. All that's really left on point now is Gubbins on the Wrecking Ball. The Riptire coming out here. Is it going to be enough to save this objective for them? They get Len.
I would really like to see Pizza Planet out. Oh my gosh! Okay.
Graviton Surge being used here. Is it going to be enough? Pizza Planet are getting the picks to finally go their way decidedly. But as soon as I say that, things slow down. That should wrap this up. That is Pizza Planet barely going to take round 3 of map 5, and that will be the series going to Pizza Planet Deep Dish 3-2.
Play of
They could not have waited any longer to win a third map.
No.
Son of a gun. Whoo! Son. Well then.
That was a crazy match.
That was a nuts.
I was ready for that to be a very quick series with Pizza Planet's momentum after the first two maps, and then Beast Edition, I think, just woke up and were ready to try and take this match back. And they almost did. There were about 6 different times in that final team fight alone on map 5 where it looked like things could have swung back their way, and just unfortunately, just the respawns were not in favor of them due to the fact that they had to sacrifice a couple of people before they were even able to touch.
Did you catch when Killswitch swapped Junkrat and built a tire during overtime?
Yeah, I did.
Like...
So, MVPs.
So Pizza Planet, yeah. Pizza Planet wins through 3-2.
And we're going with
So, I'll let you pick the role first. Where are we picking from first?
I mean, I'm thinking start tank.
all right.
And my first thought is Gubbins. I felt like his Sigma play was like match defining in a lot of spots, with several large rocks. Solid play all around, and his ball, even in the face of like great adversity, got a lot done.
It did.
Do you have any other?
I have no objections with that at all. I do think though that like Nerdy and Psycho and Ranch as well all had stellar performances on their respective tanks that they played. Psycho Mantis did a great job on Roadhog, which I mean that's Psycho Mantis, just a fantastic Roadhog, but still got a credit. It was very clear on the first 2 maps that Psycho Mantis was doing shutting down a lot of team fights before they could start. Ranch was just really, really consistent. I was really enjoying their Orisa play for most of the series.
Well, that was. I would have probably had Gubbins not put up just a great performance. Ranch was my early lead candidate. Fantastic Holt plays, everything looked pretty slick. Great name,
But yeah, I have no objections to Gubbins.
All right. What were you thinking on DPS?
So for DPS, I was actually thinking of Muffin Pirate.
Muffin Pirate or Super Ninja, either one, I think could make a pretty good case.
Yep.
I don't have a super strong opinion one way or the other. I am perhaps the biggest Pharah apologist there is, as you know. So Super Ninja's Pharah play certainly, earned him 3 gold stars. But I can definitely see. I think Muffin,
I think, woke up the most there towards the last 2 maps. I feel like they really showed up on Rialto, despite Pizza Planet not really winning it. I think that Muffin Pirate was making a lot of plays, specifically remembering their Ash on Rialto. They single-handedly got a 5K. And you were the one who actually pointed out the fact that they built up a Bob while Bob was active.
Yeah.
They got 68% of the way to the next Bob.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that pop-off. Yeah, I'm all on board for Muffin. Yeah.
And Busan, the entirety of map 5, Muffin Pirate was matching the pace that Killswitch had been setting for the last 2 maps.
World's Strongest Man competition. Just... I'll do this hard thing faster than you can. Back and forth. No? And then I would say of the support line remaining, very clearly Ragnarok Alex.
You could
well,
also make a case for Villain too. Well, Villain was on Beast, right?
yeah, Villain's on Beast
Okay.
Edition.
So yeah, I would definitely say Alex then.
Indeed. Well, that's easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything else you want to break down or discuss? Or are we done
Not
for this evening?
specifically. This is crazy series.
Oof, it was a good one. I think all the series we've cast together so far have been pretty solid. I don't think we've had any like terribly ridiculous. Well, okay, the one where you disappeared midway through was a little rough, but that
Sorry
that
about
wasn't
that.
the series. Yeah, I got to meet Giggles. He's a cool guy.
Well,
Um,
I think that'll do it for this stream.
Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Thank you for watching with us. Catch us back probably next.
Have a good night.